What's up, Ruthless Nation? Here we are Wednesday evening, and we have a special event here this evening. It is another doubleheader, and we will be having a rally race at Sardegna, followed by a Mazda Roadster race at Northern Isle. And we will be taking off here in the dirt in these Subarus. Got Monkey in here in the booth with us, of course, as always. Speak on the car before we get started here in this rally race and how challenging it is here at Sardegna.
I will. Everybody's out here in the Subaru WRX Rally race car. These are not street Subarus. These cars are made for rally racing. They're around, I'm guessing here, but I think they're around 500 horsepower. They're fairly light at about 2,600 pounds. This is only the second rally race these guys have ever done. The first one was in the snow in Raptors. Everyone probably remembers that. It was a great time. These guys do not have a lot of experience with rally races or the dirt. This is a different environment. There's a lot of sliding around, not a whole lot of traction. But all the turns are very controlled, even though you'll see these cars sliding. But it should be good. And I think we're going to see a couple drivers maybe showcase some skills we didn't know they had. I know some people are not good on the rally tracks, but maybe we're going to see a few people that are.
That's a good point. And without further ado, we got two of these races. We'll get underway. Obviously, going to start from a standing start, 5 lots until they go out. And we're back, and we're green here in the Ruthless GT Pro Series, and we are rally racing. And you can see starting off, we got T-Dubs who got that West Higgins ORV pole. And yeah, the top 3 start off rather quickly, and you can just see that plume of dust to start this thing off. It has to be something challenging to get through.
Oh yeah, it got to be hard to see through there. T-Dubs have this big advantage up front, just with a clear view.
Yeah, that's right. And you can see Snowman and Cork are neck and neck there for second and third, and sort of just driving blind here. Oh, Snowman into the wall there. He'll give up second, and oh man, he barely clears the nose of Redneck to stay in third place. See him running a different bit of a scheme here this evening. Got the Red Bull on board with him.
Yeah, Cork is one of the few drivers that does have a good reputation as a good rally driver. And Snowman has been showing himself as having some rally skills over the last few months with one of the time trials we had at in GT7. Redneck looks like he's got some skills here with the rally cars as well, as those 3 are right there, neck and neck. T-Dubs, as usual, has got a pretty good lead.
You can see Redneck and Monkey sort of sharing the RFK Castro schemes.
They are. Redneck brought his car over to Monkey's shop, got the paint job put on it. They put on the Chris Buescher name and the number 17 for the Redneck car, but they are running the same schemes.
So we suspected that T-Dubs wouldn't have that great of a day here, but he did start out on the pole. Guys start to run the fastest lap right now. It belongs to T-Dubs through that first full heater. So now we got T-Dubs out there to a pretty good lead, and as you mentioned earlier, Monkey, could be due to the clear visibility that he has. But we can sort of see Cork taking advantage of that right now as he is sitting in second.
That's true. You have T-Dubs typically struggles a little bit when we get out of the Group 3 cars, or even he was pretty good in the Super Formulas too, but when we get in these one-offs, he's still fast. He's still the T-Dubs we all know and love, but he's not quite as dominant. But here he is showing some dominance today, surprising me.
And we saw Cork kind of get off the trail back there, and that allowed Snowman to sneak up to second. Snowman had a dominating win last time we were sliding around in the Raptors in the snow at Lake Louise. So we'll see if he's able to sort of get himself back up there to T-Dubs, who has got himself quite a few car lengths of a lead there.
Yeah, he does. You guys can see this on YouTube, right above the speed and the tachometer. There's a little red dot right at the top, and that's the activity of the steering wheel inside the car. And you watch these drivers whip that wheel around as they go through these turns. It's amazing how they go all the way to the right, all the way to the left, all the way back to the right. So if you can see that on the YouTube, keep an eye on that. You can see just how much is going on inside these cars.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And T-Dub's still hanging on to that fastest lap. Only through lap 2. Oh, never mind. Snowman takes the fastest lap as he goes by the start-finish line. Be a 1:13.880.
That's an absolute bomb of a lap right there. I ran this lap or track quite a few times myself, and 1:15s was the absolute fastest I could get. So he's 2 full seconds faster than me every lap. It's crazy.
Now you would think, as good as Cork is with the old spinning wins, he may be some sort of advantage here. But right now, Snowman has cut the lead drastically between him and T-Dubs. As we go on board with T-Dubs right now, you can see him attack this from inside the cockpit.
Yeah, he has really caught that back up. And Redneck too. You don't want to count him out. They're all right there. Really hard to tell, but I'm Redneck on board, trying to see if he can get eyes on T-Dubs from where he sits.
Not really, but he still has second and third very much in his view. He's also in his best lap of the race.
Yeah, Redneck's all very good here. He's not a bad racer at other tracks either. Redneck is taken to GT7 quite well.
See, Snowman is in the hunt there behind T-Dubs, and can only think T-Dubs just kind of took full advantage of being able to start on the pole here.
Yeah, T-Dubs, he put in a lot of laps the last couple days, really got fast out here too, and he's showing it. He's got a 1:13 himself up there on the board.
Just something about Snowman and no grip that just goes together.
Yeah, that's true. He does love this track.
Snowman
He did make
another heater.
He did make the comment that he was okay if we raced only this track and only this car every week. I think we'll probably mix it up a little more than that. Appreciate the input.
Snowman best his fastest lap by over 2/10.
That's so impressive.
Something else we won't see here is wear or pit stops.
That's true.
So it'll be a 20-lap sprint, if you will. No cautions either, so this will be a straight race of keeping it on the dirt. Oh, Redneck back there. He got into the barrier coming out of that last turn.
Yeah, that's possible for any of these guys.
Huge wreck. More just buried the nose in it. There was Monkey.
Yeah.
But comes back out of it in style.
He is not very good at the rally courses. So these guys are out here driving, and it's slippery. You know, you can see them sliding around, and it's controlled. But when you're out here on the track and you're going into a turn, you're starting to set up for a turn that's 2 or 3 turns away still. So if you get messed up, it's really hard to get back on track.
And not to mention how bumpy this course is. I mean, a lot of your time here is spent in the air.
That's true. I'm not sure which turn it is, but it's close to the beginning. It's the first turn, the first left-hander where you're gearing down a lot. You're actually trying to stop the car, but your car is in the air. So brakes are doing you no good. Actually, they just went through that turn. Yeah, they just went through the turn I was talking about, I think.
Let's go on board with Snowman here. See what he looks like through the front windshield as he has caught T-Dubs. He goes down to the inside, almost makes a move. Drifting back and forth. Oh, contact here with T-Dubs for the lead. And Snowman with the old bump and run in the dust. And they are door to door coming back through this hard left-hand turn.
Good to see it didn't slow T-Dubs down much. He's still right there, very much in contention.
It was a drag race through that sector, and now Snowman does have the lead. He's clear ahead of T-Dubs. And maybe he's gotten our man T-Dubs kind of out of his groove there, because he started to really get closer to Cork after Snowman made himself around real close up there to the rocks. Goes T-Dubs. So he's really allowing Cork to get himself back into this. And now it is a battle for first between three cars.
Yeah,
Redneck not far.
We haven't talked about Cork in a little while. He's still lurking back there.
Fast lap for Snowman still holds from lap number 5. Now that he has some of that clarity through the windshield, let's see if he can hit a little bit of a faster lap. Looks like T-Dub started to get adjusted there to having the dust all up in his face, as he has battled right back up there.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a new view for T-Dubs. And a new view for Snowman. He's probably enjoying the clarity.
Oh, yeah. You can just watch these guys when they come over. There's bumps. I mean, you really have no control other than whenever the car lands. So hopefully that you're putting all 4 of your tires in the position of where you want to be whenever you come off one of these bumps.
Yeah, and that's true. If you watch it, they're trying to keep, even though they're turning, they're trying to keep those tires straight, trying to keep them accelerating in a straight line the best they can. That's some keys to getting some speed out of here. It's not easy to do though. The car is sliding almost the entire time.
A little bit of a shortened field here this evening with only 6 drivers making the start.
Yeah,
if anybody else had the same technical issues that the 2014 had.
That could be. I wasn't certain how many people had a driver to field or to put in a car for the rally. But maybe that was part of it. That was a pretty cool. I had a different camera shot of those cars coming over that straightaway. It was pretty cool.
Man, T-Dubs is really not back down here, you know. We know that he is a great driver in his own right, and almost on any discipline at that, but really surprised with how he talked and then how he's performed.
Yeah, that's true. He has not let up. He's right there. They're fractions of a second apart, and Cork is still right there. If you hit the wall, it's going to slow any of these guys down a lot. If Snowman were to hit the wall, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Speaking of that, I think Redneck may have gotten into the wall because he is now falling way behind the top 3 compared to where he was early.
Monkey has spun out and hit the wall.
I thought Cork went around. It was just a weird camera angle there. I thought his rear end was becoming his front end there, but
who knows with Cork? Maybe it did. Maybe he just straightened it out.
That is possible.
He's a 360 master.
Had a slot.
Cars are looking a little beat up.
Reaction.
Yeah, because Cork's rear fenders don't have much paint left on them.
Uh-oh. Looks like we've caught up with the back of our field here, and that was Rebel Hawk. He just sort of got off to the right side, kind of letting this mess of the top 3 go around.
And we haven't really talked much about 5th or 6th place, but Rebel Hawk is back out again. We're happy to see him here. Hoping he sticks around, stays part of GT7 League. Well, He's getting faster already. He may not know it or not yet, but he is, and we'll just keep getting him faster and faster.
That's right. Monkey back there sort of at his lonesome now in 5th position, but he's running laps at his own will, and sometimes that's all you can do. Oh, gets a little bump there on that inside wall again. Kind of saw that earlier there from the 6 car.
Yeah, I know he worked hard at this track, but that was all he's got in him for rally skill.
Now Snowman is sort of starting to check out here as we're over halfway through this rally race. A little bit of shortened couple of races here, not our typical doubleheader with 2 full-length races. This was sort of a makeup date from PSN being down a couple Mondays ago.
Yes. Actually worked out pretty well. This race, 20 laps was mentally draining. And I think this was scheduled for probably close to 35 or 40 the first time, and I'm not sure that would have been very comfortable for these drivers.
Yeah, because as you mentioned about the red dot there over the speedometer, that is kind of where that mentally draining part comes in. I mean, straight to the right, back to the left, still right and left, down the straight stretches here. So it's not like it's an easy sector anywhere here at Sardegna on the rally course.
Nope. There's nothing easy, and some of the turns are even like the opposite of easy. They're just not spaced right. They're weird. The camber is weird. It's a difficult track for being a shorter rally track. Snowman doesn't have a lot of paint on his rear fender either. It must be one wall that they're all hitting coming out of a turn.
Yeah, the only one I don't see with that sort of damage is T-Dubs. But he also does have that metal colored paint on that bumper. But still, I don't see it.
No.
Looking back, though, to 3rd position of Corky's sort of catching T-Dubs here. Looks like Redneck hasn't fully recovered from whatever happened to him about 4 or 5 laps ago.
Redneck's still flying out there. His slowest lap is faster than Monkey's fastest lap. I think it's just unfortunate that all 4 of those front 4 are so fast. You're really relying on somebody making a mistake.
If you notice the shadows passing over the track, that is the abundance of windmills that are here. Technical name for it is Sardegna windmills.
Which is interesting because the regular Sardegna track also has an abundance of windmills.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they chose this one to put it in the name, but they are all loaded with them.
Should have called this one Sardegna Airborne.
Yes.
Because that is what you're experiencing. Ooh, Court gets into the retaining barrier there. See if that slows him down any on his march up here towards T-Dubs. We only got 6 laps remaining here in this race, and Snowman has got himself quite the lead. As you can see, he is putting down 114s nearly every lap. He's got a few 13s sprinkled in there, with the fastest lap, of course, at a 1:13.601.
That's crazy. Those top 4 are so fast. There is a big jump here. Who are we looking at right now? Is that Snowman?
Yeah, we're on board with
Where's... Yeah, there's Snowman's there. Let's see, we'll figure out where he's at here. He's just starting the lap. Okay, yeah. So towards the end of the lap, there is a big jump that we're not really seeing because these guys are hitting it kind of off to the left side and trying to minimize the amount of time in the air. I bet if we watch, maybe Snowman on his last lap, or I don't want to say Snowman, whoever the leader is on the last lap, they might hit that jump and get some real air. In fact, here it comes now. You can see Snowman, that's the one. He just got minimal air off of that. But if you hit that on the right side, you can really fly. And maybe if we were watching Rebel or Monkey in the back, who really can't control their cars very well, we probably might see them catching some accidental air as they go through there.
See Monkey, he's working his way up to Rebel Hawk right now to sort of come up through some of these bumps. There's going to be a big area. Something I was really intrigued by is these guys are really using just the regular brake here, and I thought maybe we would see some of these guys sort of utilize that emergency brake or the handbrake.
Yeah, it's a good point. I really haven't noticed any of them pulling it, but I haven't really been watching, but I saw a little bit out of Snowman just there now that you mentioned it, but just 2 taps. Nothing since. Yeah, good point.
There's some good air on that one.
Yeah, you can really send it off that thing if you're not careful. But you're probably familiar with yourself, Stu. You run some laps here?
Oh yeah. We had some practice here, just wasn't able to make the show.
Yeah. That's a substantial jump. But the optimal way over it is to not be spending that much time in the air, and that's what these guys are doing.
Snowman will bring this to 3 to go whenever he finishes the lap. 4 to go at the moment. And he has all but signed the checkout slip.
Where's T-Dub's still in second.
T-Dubs can still see him.
Oh, Corker's right there on T-Dubs.
Yeah, we could have ourselves a race for second place here in the closing laps of this one. Cork having issues back there with that wall. I saw him catch it a couple of times. But, yeah, he's right there on the bumper of T-Dubs. And what you would consider in rally racing.
Yeah, I guess the draft still exists in rally racing, but I don't know if there would be any benefit from it.
Other than low visibility, maybe not.
Yeah, and dirty air. Aero is a big part of this as well. You're trying to keep traction. It doesn't look like it, but the more grip they have, the better. There's 3 to go here. Where is Sardegna? Italy?
I believe so.
I'm watching Snowman. He's getting ready to come around and start lap 19.
There he is. He started at 2 to go now here in the rally event, or GT Pro Series. After these 2 races tonight, we finish out the season in the GR3 cars, have our regular season finale, and then we start the playoffs.
Yep, after it's all Group 3 from here out. The Snowman has really poured it on the last couple of laps. His times are slower. He's still super fast, but looks like his lead is growing.
Looks like T-Dubs has separated himself a little bit here from Cork.
Wonder what that's like racing like those two I mean, 1 second or less the entire race, I'd say, or most of the race. You just got somebody in your mirror the entire time.
Really, the most impressive drive, though, was T-Dubs to start this thing, and then Snowman, once he kind of got mixed throughout the traffic that was Cork and Redneck, he really stomped down on the pedal. And it is now 1 to go, presented by Skew Car here from Sardegna.
Cork just set, not only his fastest lap, the fastest lap.
Oh, there you go. And he is being competitive here. This was not some late race heroics to get the fastest lap. He ran a 1:13.354. We go back to Snowman. We can't even see his fastest lap, but that was over 2 tenths, maybe about 2.5 tenths to the good for Cork on that fast lap. I think I'm not in saying so.
I think you're right. Cork is really poured it on. I noticed that he was running his own personal best.
And
where's Snowman?
He's about to finish this thing. We've got 6th place of Rebel Hawk here between all this battle, and then 2nd place is heating up. You got Rebel Hawk right there in the middle of this battle. 3 wide back there. Cork, in contact. And Snowman will be victorious here at Sardegna as he spins it out across the line. T-Dubs will survive in 2nd. Cork, huge wreck coming to the line there between Rebel Hawk and Cork. But Cork will finish 3rd. 6th will belong to Rebel Hawk. Redneck comes across in 4th. And Monkey still finishing out his laps here in 5th position. And that's where he'll come home in the top 5 at Sardegna.
Hey, it's quite a ways to go to finish, I think.
Make it cut off before Monkey is able to finish here.
I'm not sure. I think he makes it. I think he'll have time to make it. So you can see the difference with Snowman running 113s, 114s, and winning the race, and Monkey back here running 16s, 17s, 18s. There's some air off that jump.
He did get some massive air coming off of that jump. But a first leg of the doubleheader, pretty entertaining race there from Sardegna. Before we shift disciplines over to oval racing, what'd you think about our final rally race of the season there?
I really liked it. I thought that was, it was this pretty much the same style of race as we had at Lake Louise, but I thought it was more interesting watching the Lake Louise was a tri-oval, so I liked watching the rally course with the left and right turns and the jumps and all the different things you had to do on that track, and the racing of the front 4 was fantastic. Those guys were all super fast. And obviously all good at rally racing. They could switch over and run a rally circuit and probably be just as successful there as they are here in the Ruthless GT Pro Series.
Yeah, well said. Can't speak about the race from personal experience, but from a viewing experience, like I said early on, saw T-Dubs kind of take advantage of that pole, and then Snowman kind of got settled into his element there. Was a really good battle there for first, but after Snowman won that battle from T-Dubs, they kind of stayed right where they were. Cork did make a hard charge there at the end, but had some lap traffic kind of come into play, and maybe that was something that kind of, affected the finish of that race. But because we did see Cork run that fastest lap, so good parity here in the first race. Saw T-Dubs with the pole, Snowman with the win, and Cork with the fastest lap. So all those playoff points got scattered around, and all 3 of those guys also finished in the top 3. So all of them being awarded different, amounts of playoff points, which is kind of what the rest of the field looks for when they come to these different style of racetracks, especially against T-Dubs, and how good he is in anything on asphalt.
Yeah, it didn't do any of the other drivers a favor when T-Dubs won the pole at the rally race. They like to take advantage of when they might have, an edge on T-Dubs, and he came out in typical fashion and won the pole there.
That's
So
right.
he did get the extra playoff point
Yeah, he got
and
that one,
second
and
place too.
yeah, get second place is a big deal. That'll give him 4 total on the race. 6 will go to Snowman, and 3 will go to Cork. So Sardegna Windmills, you treated us well, but we have a different style of racetrack to get to. As
That's right.
gotta go
I think
find.
I think everybody's just leaving the haulers and cars in Italy and just taking a personal flight back to the U.S.
Yeah, all the teams should have had that other race car over in the States and ready to go.
Yep.
So we will now load into the Northern Isle race. Thanks to everybody tuning in. If you're out there watching, as we're getting ready to go racing, a little NASCAR style here, if you will. Try to get everything set up real quick. All right, looks like Snowman will have the pole for this one at Northern Isle. 75 laps does seem like a lot, but this track is very similar to Bristol, if you're familiar with that. And we will also be starting from a standing start. So real quick on this one, Monkey, total different, situation now from that last race, and you have to jump right into this one. So you go from left and right all the way to just going left. And we're sort of in these Mazda Roadsters that are sort of a light race car, and the handling sometimes can get a little crazy, especially with the high banking of this racetrack. So, what do you think we're looking forward to in this one?
Yeah, I bring up some good points. These guys didn't have a lot of time in between racing rally cars with no grip and a ton of horsepower to coming over racing these Mazdas, which are fast. They do have a lot of horsepower. I don't remember the number right now. I want to say it's in the 200s or maybe 300 horsepower. They do not weigh much. So the cars are fast. They're also on street tires. They are on sport tires. So sport street tires are not on racing tires. That is because this track eats up racing tires very fast. So they're going to be on these sport tires, which last a little longer but do not have the grip. And like you said, they handle pretty well. But once you lose your handling, it's a lot like the super formulas. There's really not much chance to get it back. So the cars are good until they're not. And this high banking is going to be difficult to deal with, but will be fun for both the drivers and everyone watching. Should be a great race.
Yeah, and looks like no extra entries for this one either. So, same 6 drivers, same situation. Try to win the race. Snowman pole for this one, T-Dubs pole for the last one. So let's see if we see a difference in this race, who will win or not, and who can claim that fastest lap. All I know is the field does not want T-Dubs getting any more playoff points than he already has. So far, so good a start here at Northern Isle on that case. But without further ado, we will get going here at Northern Isle with Snowman out on the pole. 75 laps, 5 lots will go out. Oh, and Cork will false start here for this one, as he will have to wait on that penalty to get going. Snowman maybe not the best start here on this one. Could possibly be a fuel saving strategy there for him, but not quite sure. And we're off on the GT7 Bristol. As you can already see back there, they were door to door coming through 1 and 2.
Looks like Monkey gave Snowman a little boost to help him out with that start. Or maybe Maybe it wasn't a friendly hit, but he did hit him in the rear bumper. So you can see how quick these guys are going around. 17 seconds for fast lap by Redneck right now, so just over 1 minute for 4 laps. So almost 4 laps a minute they're going to be running here. 75 laps is not going to take long.
No, it will not. As you can see, we're already starting lap number 4. Cork with the fastest lap this far. He's sitting in second place. Second, third, and fourth are all lined up.
Yes. This is the second time they've raced these cars as well. They ran these exact cars at Tsukuba.
That's right, we did. We saw Dak dominate that race with a one-stop strategy, which was very interesting.
Yes, Dak is not here to defend his Mazda crown.
He is not. And the racing's getting pretty tight here around the top 4. Sort of allowing Monkey back there in 5th to catch back up. Snowman claims the fastest lap now through these first 5 laps.
So the fuel burn here isn't that much. They're going to have to pit once. They will burn more than half a tank of fuel, so they're going to have to get fuel. So if there's any strategy here, it's going to be to reduce the amount of fuel that you're going to need when you pit. That's really the only thing you've got going. So drafting would be a big deal here just to save fuel, and Monkey is probably too far back to be taking advantage of any of that. I think he's just not adapting well to the switching tracks.
I wanted to
say, look at that.
Yeah, I wanted to say Cork was going to lead that lap, but he did not. He did take first for most of that lap, though. Now we're 3 wide for the lead. Redneck Jesus down to the inside. He'll lead for a moment. See if he can get a lap led. No, T-Dub's out there on the outside. He can just get her done. Must be some superior grip on the high side of that racetrack. Cork moves back to 4th place. Snowman back down to the inside now. Racing Redneck Jesus as he moves up to the top side. Trying to catch a little bit of that slipstream there from T-Dubs. Oh, T-Dubs into the wall. Heavy contact. Cork goes all the way down to the inside, and he's around.
Oh, wow.
Huge spin there for Cork.
Unfortunate.
Actually, let's go back 10 seconds and rewatch that. And you can see Cork, he just gets down there on the apron. West Higgins ORV, first replay of the day. But, heavy contact to that inside wall for Cork. Unfortunately, kind of hurt Redneck's chances here, too, as he is stuck back there about where Monkey was to start this whole ordeal. But speaking of the dirty dog, Monkey's up in second place here, right behind Snowman. Takes a diving move down to the inside, blocked by Snowman. Now, I think Monkey's going to have the advantage here through 1 and 2. He has to watch out for that momentum on the high side. As we come back to the line, Monkey will lead that lap, remain in the lead for right now, but he has a tandem up there on the high side of T-Dubs and Snowman trying to make things happen. T-Dubs don't want anything of it. Monkey don't know where to block, goes up to the high side.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, back into the wall goes Monkey. Puts Snowman down on the apron. That hurt T-Dubs more than it did any of them. Redneck right back in this thing. And you can see how quick, one little mistake, that's how quick these laps are, running 17 seconds a lap. And we are 3 wide there through 3 and 4. Is Redneck Jesus back to the lead? Can he get himself a lead lap?
You bring up some good points about the line. You can carry the momentum on that high line, but it's substantially shorter on that low line. This is a wide track. You can see 4 lanes out there. And you can gain some time there. It's a toss-up which lane is faster. And I forgot what else I was going to say with that. Exiting these turns. These guys are real careful. You lose a lot of time. You got the high banking of the turns, but when you come off and you get back onto these straightaways, it's real easy to hit the wall. You see how close they're getting. That's as far away from that wall as they can stay. Those cars are sliding up there, so they're trying to exit the turns lower and avoid hitting the wall when they get into the straightaway. So there's a lot more going on in this car than you think. And turns 3 and 4 is different than 1 and 2. 1 and 2, you can ride the high line all the way all the way around and all the way out if you want. 3 and 4, you cannot. You will hit the wall.
That's a good point. But these top four, you can put them under a blanket. They are close, and as you had mentioned, they're on these street tires. Looks like everybody on those sport mediums. Big move down to the inside. Oh, we got one sideways back here. Oh, and he is around. That's Redneck Jesus. Unfortunately, we'll go back 10 seconds. Trying to get a good view of what happened here. He's got Snowman down to the inside, sort of just on that quarter panel. Oh, he gets up into the wall there with his rear quarter panel, gets a little help from T-Dubs, and, back to that super formula conversation. Once this thing gets going, it's just going to have a mind of its own. And that allows Court to take over fourth place.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Redneck, but keep it going, because any of these guys could do the exact same thing. It looked like just a light tap maybe from Snowman got him loose. Did you see contact there, or did it just look like Redneck just spun out?
It looked like he just kind of got up into the wall there and lost control once it got up there. But, I've sort of been the victim of the same thing at Daytona in the Clash race this season. I really think like sort of how you saw in the old NASCAR racing, guys would just kind of get underneath someone and just take the air off of the side of their car. And that just sort of takes all the downforce away from you, makes controlling it just nearly impossible. So even though there wasn't any contact, I guess you could call it some aero contact, is sort of how I would refer to it.
Yeah, it was tight, that's for sure.
Now you can see Rebel Hawk coming into the picture here. So that's going to allow Snowman a little bit of slipstream, but we still got Monkey and T-Dubs. Well, we're working together. But they'll go 3 wide with the lap car still door to door here through 3 and 4. And that is some tight racing between those two. And they're still catching the leader. Some great aerial views here brought to you by Goodyear.
I would say the strategy here would be a lot like what you see at the super speedways in NASCAR. You just don't want to be the lead car and burning the most fuel. I think that would be probably my least favorite strategy would be to be leading this race. The Monkey and T-Dubs are probably saving a little bit of fuel back there.
You see Monkey is caught back up here, and now he has taken the lead, leads another lap here at Northern Isle. And those tires, everybody's about even. Maybe T-Dubs with the best looking tire wear of the bunch. Monkey doing a little better than Snowman possibly there on those right sides. And for these guys to get halfway, they'll need to complete lap 35 to sort of make this a one-stop race for them. And Snowman makes another charge and move down to the inside. Takes over the lead again.
There's some good racing going on here.
There sure is. And Cork and Redneck were having themselves quite a race as well, but both victims of a spin. Nobody else involved. No caution comes out. That is the difference between Sardegna and this race. We do have pit stops and cautions here for the oval. And these top three, I mean, anytime there's been a car involved with this battle for first, they have been neck and neck.
Yeah, this is a good race. 12 cars out here would have been amazing to watch and probably a little bit crazy.
Yeah, it would have been insane. I'm not sure what happened. I can only speak for myself. I'm not sure what happened to the rest of our guys, but maybe not the discipline they wanted to be a part of, which, seems to be the case sometimes. Snowman there, once again, grabbing the wall. We saw that out of him a couple laps ago. Now T-Dubs and Snowman are starting to break off from Monkey, who's sitting back there in third.
You want to avoid that wall. During the practice, I saw Snowman hit the wall, and the car behind him was gaining on him for a full lap and a half while he made up, getting back up to speed.
Yeah, you can see T-Dubs is right there. And you can see the unsteadiness out of these cars through those turns.
See, T-Dub's car is a lot of wheel hop.
Yeah, got a lot going on, especially up on the high side of the racetrack.
They have a bent toe link.
That allowed Monkey to jump right back into this thing, and that's sort of what's catching me by surprise is how quickly somebody can catch back up here. But not only can you catch up quickly, you can run away quickly, because just as fast as they got together, Snowman started to put some more gap between him and the rest. Snowman right now looking at a sweep, had the pole, has the fast lap. So let's see if he's able to hang on to that. Now we're sort of in the pitting window right here. Let's see if we see anybody go down and sort of take advantage of that. Maybe early pit stop. But you want the freshest tire that you can have here at Northern Isle. And, you know, you can see right now that the wear is very low on those right side tires over halfway through this race. So I think if you can stretch it, I think that is the move. T-Dubs takes the lead from Snowman. Now Monkey down to the inside, going to try to pull a slide job, and he'll get her done as he'll dive down for pit road, so he'll be the first to go.
And those tires are looking pretty worn.
They are pretty worn, so that might be the move of the race there. We'll see. Undercutting usually will do wonders. Redneck goes down as well.
Snowman looks like his tires are the most worn.
Into the pit wall like a Larson fan at Homestead, Miami. Oh, T-Dubs is around. Let's go back 10 seconds. West Higgins ORV replay, number 3 of the day. So we see Snowman go down inside, hit the inside pitting barrier there. Coming out of turn 4 comes T-Dubs. He just loses the right sides, and he'll go around as he crosses the line. So now that early pit stop for Monkey looking like the big brain move of the race, as Rebel Hawk will come around and get his lap back.
Yeah, let's see where Snowman comes out of the pits.
Snowman sits in second. Monkey is already back out on track. And what's the see once this gets all back.
Monkey's coming around right now.
He'll pass Snowman, go up to second place. T-Dub's just now into the box, starting to get service, and Monkey takes the lead off the early pit stop. Now we have a little bit of a gap here. T-Dubs is now coming off pit road, and man, that crash has done number on him as he's all the way back to 5th place. Rebel Hawk yet to pit. So possibly a little strategy here, maybe waiting for a caution or something. That's sort of what you, sort of your Hail Mary option there.
Yeah, good on Cork and wherever Redneck is. I'm not sure if he pitted yet.
Yeah,
he does. He has new tires. Yep. Cork is up to 3rd. So he spun out early but kept in it. And he's on 3rd place now. So keep it up, and any of these guys can wreck. We've seen 3 now, with 3.5 if you count Snowman's. Well, the slipstream does play a big part here. What Monkey would want to do is keep Snowman out of that slipstream, but I don't think he's far enough to do that. I don't think he's got enough lead. No, Snowman's right there. So
we
look,
do
the top 3 is spread out.
Everybody, this pit stop has got them spaced out a little bit, but we noticed in the first half of that race that you can very easily catch back up. So we'll see if that's the case here in this one.
You can. I think running the high line carries the most speed around the track, but it looks like everybody can do it without a car next to them. That was one good tactic that I don't know if we saw anybody use or not, but if you're running the high line coming out of 4 and the guy next to you just stays in lane 3, that high line car is going to make contact with the wall coming out. That'd be a good maneuver if Snowman could get up next to Monkey just to block that lane change coming out of 4.
Yeah, and Snowman really making making up some ground here as Monkey catches the wall, but Snowman follows him up there. So what's working here for the 6 car is the early pit along with the mistakes there by T-Dubs and Snowman. Cork sort of had his mistake early on, so he's had plenty of time to sort of catch back up from that mistake. T-Dubs working right there as a battle for third, heating up. These two could sort of work together if they wanted to, and probably try to catch 1 and 2 up here. That are Snowman and Monkey. I guess the thing Monkey has working against him, other than this lap traffic, is he will have the oldest tires of everyone. So that's something I have to keep an eye on.
That's true. And we know that I think he pitted the lap right at the middle, so lap 37 or 38, and the tires only lasted another lap or so, lap or two beyond that. So that was about the limits of those tires, as we saw T-Dub's tires give up on him.
See Monkey weaving his way through this lap traffic, gets around Redneck there, as we saw had an incident, sort of like we said with getting the air taken off of his side of his car. Saw him go around. Now, Corka and T-Dubs probably did not want to see all this lap traffic come into play, because that allowed Monkey and Snowman to sort of get a little bit of a slipstream that they did not have before. I guess here at this track we'll call it drafting, but yeah, a little bit of a draft there for the top 2 that they would not have had. And I'm with you, Monkey, on that. If this was around 12 cars like we usually used to seeing, this thing could have been wild. But thankfully only half that many, and I mean the racing is absolutely phenomenal. I'm not sure if this track could have handled 4 or 5 wide racing.
That would have been a good show though, and fun to race. Oh, Redneck into the wall. Oh, around again.
He's going to go down pit road. We'll go back 10 seconds. Another West Higgins ORV replay. Oh, I think he just meant to get out of the way and got up there on the transitioning of the high side. Just pulls a good spin out of it. And didn't really hit anything, but he does go down pit road. Don't know if that was intentional or not.
I don't know, but I bet we see him come out on soft tires this time.
If he doesn't, that would be crazy. But all this mayhem going on, this has allowed the battle for first to get rather close.
Really has, and we're down to fewer than 20 laps, so the laps are ticking off really fast. I was going to say 20, and before I was done, it was at 17.
Yeah, that's how quick this is marching off for us. Everybody running about 17 and a half or so every single lap. Fastest lap still belongs to Snowman, so far he still has the pole and the fast lap. So those are 2 playoff points going in his favor, and this race is nowhere near over because he's marching for the maximum and a sweep here at Northern Isle. Monkey sort of going for that first career win here in the Ruthless GT Pro Series. Last season we saw Monkey.
Right.
We did see Monkey lead quite a bit of the end of our Daytona road course race, and just a strategy of T-Dubs on fresh tires sort of got him right at the line. I mean, one of our greatest finishes here in this series came during that Daytona road course race, and right now one of our greatest races brewing here at Northern Isle.
We had another great finish at Daytona road course this year with 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
Yeah.
Being only about a 1/10 of a second apart between all 3 of them.
Yeah,
and Monkey ran out of gas right there at the line.
3 wide finish nearly right there at Daytona road course this season.
Yep.
And that is, that really speaks on to how great these people, these drivers are. Because Daytona road course is no easy task. It's I like to call it the super duper Charlotte Roval, if you will. I mean, it has all the infield technicalities, has the oval, along with the infield chicanes. So it's not easy to be that close after, however many laps that we were putting down there. Skew Car
Nope.
joins the chat. Appreciate you, Skew Car.
And they're running those laps over and over again, and they're just a few tenths apart each time. And this one's really close, so all these laps are just about the same time. But a Daytona road course, I don't remember how long it is around there, but I think it's a minute 50 or so. What did I miss?
Right. We're under 10 to go. Monkey takes the lead there back at the line. We are switching back and forth here. We are down in the single digits left here at Northern Isle, and these guys are just going back and forth for this win. Snowman cannot keep that right rear fender off the wall, but he does find himself a little bit of separation here between himself and Monkey with 9 to go.
And I wonder how much fuel they have left. It looks like everybody's in good fuel condition except for T-Dubs. Somebody was full. Redneck. So
Don't know if he meant to do that when he went down pit road.
yeah, T-Dubs, he's probably going to have to stop. It's hard to say. The Snowman and Monkey are not in the red on fuel. They both look like they might be okay here.
Speaking there goes T-Dubs. He will go down pit road. That could be a move for a fast lap, possibly.
Oh, Redneck has the fast lap right now.
He does, 17.119. Let's see if he came out on those soft tires. He did. So that might be untouchable unless T-Dubs does so. Cork and T-Dubs sort of worked themselves back up here. But 5 to go between our leaders, and Monkey with the quick slide job there up to the high side. And that allowed Snowman back down to the inside as T-Dubs starts to merge back into traffic here. We'll go back to T-Dubs. He is on that soft tire, very low fuel, so we'll see if he's able to sneak out a quick lap here. He is a couple of laps down. Redneck Jesus goes back down pit road, possibly trying to secure some extra playoff points here as the playoffs are imminent. Monkey and Snowman trying to figure it out. Into the wall goes Monkey. Up on the high side goes Snowman. He has that momentum up there. Oh, Snowman tries to get down to the inside. Monkey got to be real careful here with that arrow that can be down there on the inside. It'll be 2 to go. T-Dubs does not want any part of this race that's going on out front. All these guys come from the NASCAR discipline. And this is sort of showing
it.
Oh, yeah. 1 to go, presented by Skew Car here this time by. Monkey's got a great lead here coming through the last lap. Can he finally get that elusive win here in the GT Pro Series? Will Snowman be able to do it? No, he's out of fuel.
Oh.
That'll allow Cork to go around for second place off the early spin, and Monkey victorious here at Northern Isle. Cork comes across in second. T-Dubs gives Snowman a very friendly push for third. T-Dubs will come through in fourth. Rebel Hawk getting the top 5 here at Northern Isle with Redneck Jesus finishing it off. T-Dubs does get the fastest lap of the race. So another race, some more parity. Snowman pole, T-Dubs fast lap, Monkey first win here in the GT Pro Series. And it is no secret at this point, we are the guys who are on the track here in the booth. So from your experience there at Northern Isle, what was that mayhem like? I mean, we saw you way back there to start that race. What did it take to be able to just get back up there and eventually getting this win? Was pitting early the difference maker, or was it those guys kind of not being able to hang on to those tires there in the midway point?
Well, that definitely helped the tires. I didn't even know Snowman hit the pit wall on his way in. I didn't know that happened. The one of the keys here was that the draft was more effective than you might think. You could catch it from pretty far back. So even if you were, 7/10 back, which would be almost, I don't know how far, maybe like almost a full straightaway, you could still grab that draft. And also, you would see when those guys would start racing each other, they'd be 3 wide. If you could just stay back there by yourself and run the high line, most of the track, you were making up some pretty good time. So it was pretty easy to make up within a second. Now, how Cork came back from where he was, I don't know. I don't know how he managed that. That was pretty crazy. He had to be a half a lap down and drove his way back. And that racing with Snowman at the end, that was just absolute riot because you want to run the high line and keep that speed, but you can dive down there and do the slide job and pass. And it was just going back and forth and back and forth. And a lot of the times it was just because, I hit the wall and Snowman dove down to miss me, or he hit the wall and I dove down to miss him. But that lead changed like every lap.
Yeah,
Towards the end, we were changing the lead every lap, maybe every turn. It seemed like it was changing. It was just absolute riot. And you know, happy that I came out with my first win. It would have been kind of heartbreaking to get so close again and lose it. And Snowman running out of gas, that gave me the win. But I don't know if I would have gotten it if he hadn't run out of gas. It would have just been whoever managed to do that last slide job. I think would have come out with that win. It was so close.
yeah, certainly a good point. I mean, you guys were trading blows there the whole last 15 laps of that race. It took a lot of work for Snowman to come back from hitting that pit wall on his pit stop, but he was able to do it. Maybe he didn't take any fuel, so he had to stay in the throttle a little extra there, trying to catch back up to you up there in first. But in the end, it still made for some great racing, even though he did run out of fuel. And yeah, good on Cork though. I mean, somehow probably the bigger wreck. Him and T Dub sort of had the similar accidents with how things went down, but good on Cork. He stayed in the throttle, got back around, was all the way back in fifth position, and moved that thing all the way up to second by the time everybody's mistakes were said and done. So that kind of speaks volumes to how, just stay in it because you never know how it's going to work out. And a caution or anything could have came out during that 75 laps and would have racked everybody back up. So it could have been a whole different story. It's really all about just staying there on the lead lap and yeah, good on Quirk showing you what persistence will get you.
Yep, staying it. We got Niz Racing, I'll say New York in the chat. Welcome.
I think
Thanks
that's
for joining.
B Nizzy, known to race over on the Heat 5 side of things. Appreciate you
I'm
joining
familiar
us.
with being Izzy, yeah. But yeah, good on Cork, and I've said so many times I've been in the situation. I don't know if you guys notice a trend, but I've noticed a trend with myself that I often screw up on the first lap, and I'll drop to the back. I might qualify third or fifth or whatever, and end up in 10th place right out of the gate. And I just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and you manage to pull a good finish out of it. That's the key. I probably never set the fast lap, but I just set consistent running, consistent clean laps over and over. And like Cork didn't set the fast lap here, but clearly he was running a whole bunch of close to fast laps.
Yeah, that's right. And good on Redneck as well. I mean, he led some laps in this one, was up there battling everybody. Unfortunately, had that big spin and did claim the fast lap for a few laps, but we saw T Dubs go down. Probably was going to run out of fuel and just decided to go down there and try to secure a playoff point. He did do so and was actually out of the extra playoff points. So he only got two for this race, which is very below par for him and how it usually goes for him in these races. So I would say this race went a little more along the lines of how everybody wanted it to with this doubleheader, but we are going back to the GR3s. We got the one GR3 race before we start the playoffs. And I do believe our playoff system will work out with everybody will be safe after race one, and then we start dropping off two drivers per race. It'll be the last two drivers in the playoff points. And that will leave us with four at the short course at Watkins Glen, which will be our championship. So,
That's right.
yeah, so looking ahead towards that, though, now, season finale, playoffs coming up, how you think everybody's going to be getting back into these GR3s?
Well, I think that's going to be good, a good challenge for everybody because this is we've had 3 races in a row, not in the GR3s, the Super Formula rallies and these Mazdas. And back in the GR3s, these are full-on race cars again. They do not have the grip of the Super Formulas, so we're going to be dealing with that. They obviously have more grip than the rally car, and then a lot more power than the Mazda. So there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve getting used to these cars again. And but I think they'll be ready to go in just a couple of days. Be back into the groove of racing the GR3s. And just wanted to mention our point standings going into the end of the season. Cork has regained the number one spot in our season point standings. Snowman in second, Monkey in third, T-Dub surprisingly in fourth, and Rick Slick rounds out our top five. And then I don't want to leave anybody out. We have Stu, Chaos, Rico, Redneck, Rebel Hawk for our top 10. So that's how we're headed into the last race of the season. And then when we get into the playoff points, if you remember season one, T Dubs had a pretty good lead on everybody. This year it is a lot closer with 5 drivers right now, all in double-digit points. So it's going to be a good playoff season as well.
Yeah, it's a good point to bring up. And this next track, the final of the regular season in the GR3 cars, is no easy task. Runs along more along the lines of a street course. The course is modeled after Highway 1 out in California, known as the Coastal Highway. So
Ah,
that is going to be rather interesting. The grip level there at that racetrack is not what you're accustomed to at a traditional road track. I mean, Sardegna road track, for instance, will handle a lot differently than this will at Highway 1. Sort of, you know, at Sardegna Road, you have, excuse me, the racing surface. Although it is, left and rights, it's a racing surface. Here at Highway 1, not the case. It's your state DOT type of road. So, not really going to be on that racing compound of asphalt. It's going to be, just your typical commute to work style asphalt. And that will be a difference maker for sure.
that's a good point. It is slippery out there. I've run some laps out there, and it does seem extra slippery.
Yeah, and
Still shaking off the rust.
yeah, a lot of places too to get your tires dirty there at Highway 1. So that'll be something to keep an eye on as well whenever we broadcast that race next week. With how often guys kind of get off the track just a tad. I mean, there's certainly areas that you can gain time by just clipping the dirt here or there, but the penalty for that will be less grip on the tires on a track that already, you know, presents very little grip.
And probably a track penalty as well.
Yeah, that's true as well. Cutting there, especially in that top portion that kind of goes around the hills back towards the tunnel, that is a very highly likely place to grab a penalty.
Yeah, that whole track is just so easy to overdrive. It's a tough one. I'm glad to get this one out of the way.
Oh yeah, but if you have anything else to add, Mikey, speak now, forever hold your tail.
I'll forever hold.
All right. Well, as always, thank you, Mikey, and congratulations on that first win here. I know you've been working for it, towards it, and finally got it. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, Stu. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. And congratulations, Snowman, as well, going 2 for 2 in our rally races. So maybe T Dubs will try to keep Snowman off of that style of racetrack going forward. But yeah, I appreciate anybody who tuned in. Please hit that like button if you will. Uh, NASCAR guys, next or tomorrow night we are going road racing at the Glen. That race always brings excitement. So make sure to tune in for that one. If Typical's around, maybe we'll see him get back to his old self. He is known to be quite the dude there at Watkins Glen. He is really fast there, legit or not. He is quick there. So keep our eyes on that tomorrow. Once again, thank you, Mikey, for joining me here in this one. And yeah, guys, hope everybody enjoys the rest of their evening. Tunes in tomorrow to catch me bringing you all Watkins Glen live right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. But yeah, Ruthless Nation, the best nation. Rock on, race on, Ruthless Racing.